Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Bold and the Beautiful, Double Spencer Wedding, Bill marries Katie as Will ties the knot with Electra. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B spoilers hint that a double Spencer wedding could be brewing. Will Bill Spencer Don Diamont marry Katie Logan Heather Tom as Will Spencer Crew Morrow ties the knot with Electra Forrester Lania Grace. Now that Bill's back together with Katie, it's just a matter of time until he proposes and wants to make her his wife again. Bill has been chasing a happy ending with Katie for what feels like forever, so he may get the ball rolling on another married chapter soon. Meanwhile, B&B has offered marriage hints for Will and Electra from the get-go. Even Electra and Will's very first meeting seemed like a sign that they were destined to wed somewhere down the line. Will picked up a ring that Electra dropped at Forrester Creations and found himself presenting it to her on bended knee. It felt like the writers were telling fans that Electra and Will would one day make it to the altar. Electra stood by Will during that whole Luna Nozawa Lisa Yamada mess, so they overcome some big challenges together. The love between Will and Electra has been tested in some difficult ways, but they managed to come out stronger on the other side. At some point, Will may pop the question and insist he wants to spend the rest of his life with Electra. Since B&B may have 2 Spencer engagements coming up, maybe that could lead to a double wedding. It'd save the show time and money to just double up on the nuptials if both Bill and Will are going to marry their true loves. Katie might worry about intruding on Will and Electra's ceremony, but Electra might like the idea of them all coming together as a family like this. The Spencers have made Electra feel accepted and truly welcome, so Electra would probably have no problem sharing the bridal spotlight with Katie. Likewise, Will might insist he'd be honored to share groom duties with Bill. The show could get some great father-son moments out of all this if Bill and Will agree to a joint wedding day. Regardless, both Will and Bill may find themselves ready to propose in the not-too-distant future, so stay tuned for updates on any double wedding news that might be coming up. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say the Spencers have more excitement ahead of them no matter what. In a town where romance changes directions faster than a Forrester runway show, Los Angeles may soon be bracing for the kind of spectacle only the Spencer family could pull off, a double wedding that threatens to upend loyalties, inflame old wounds, and carve out an entirely new chapter in the ever-twisting legacy of Bill Spencer. Rumors have been swirling from the Cliff House to the Forrester executive suite that Bill isn't just ready to recommit to Katie Logan. He may be preparing to exchange vows on the very same day his son Will pledges his future to Electra. And if that sounds explosive, that might actually be an understatement. The news begins like a whisper behind the walls of Spencer Publications, where Bill has been walking around with a certainty in his stride that hasn't been seen since his $ belt buckle glory days. There's something almost poetic in the way he looks at Katie now, softer, gentler, as though every mistake he's made has somehow been distilled into clarity. For years, Bill has been the man who could never decide whether he wanted the love that steadied him or the passion that engulfed him. But as Katie re-enters his orbit with her quiet strength and understanding heart, it's clear she has always represented his truest anchor. Katie, for her part, has been more cautious. She's lived the cycle of Bill the Charmer and Bill the Heartbreaker enough times to recognize that rekindling romance with him comes with its own emotional hazards. But she's also a woman who has discovered time and again that love doesn't always find its footing at the safest moments. It finds it in the meaningful ones. And recently, those moments with Bill have begun stacking up: family dinners with Will, shared memories, genuine apologies, and a maturity that Bill rarely revealed in the past. It's Will, however, who becomes the unexpected catalyst for everything to come. No longer the quiet little boy who once looked up to his father with wide-eyed awe, Will Spencer has returned to Los Angeles composed, ambitious, and possessing the sharpened edge of a man raised by both a Logan and a Spencer. His future is unfolding before him, and at the center of that future is Electra Donahue. Electra isn't a name that blends into the background. She's electric in every sense, bold, elusive, and just intriguing enough to unsettle both Spencers and Forresters alike. Her arrival in Will's life raised a few brows, especially given her ties to some questionable family connections, but Will brushed off the concerns. To him, Electra represents independence. She sees him for who he is, not who his father is, and she challenges him in ways few others ever have. So when Will begins talking seriously about marriage, Bill is stunned but also proud. He sees a lot of himself in his son, especially the part that loves fiercely and dives headfirst into decisions with complete conviction. But Bill also wants Will to have what he himself has struggled to maintain, a stable, loving marriage that doesn't collapse under the weight of bad choices and emotional impulse. In the midst of Will's romantic plans, Bill begins to question his own hesitations regarding Katie. And in perhaps the most uncharacteristic move of his life, he makes his choice quickly and wholeheartedly. Bill wants Katie back, not someday, not when he feels comfortable, but now. He wants their family whole. And with Will preparing to walk down the aisle, Bill begins to see a poetic opportunity to unite the past, present, and future of the Spencer clan in one sweeping celebration. Which is when the idea slips from fantasy into reality, a double wedding. Bill and Katie. Will and Electra. 2 generations of Spencers stepping into new chapters together. But in classic bold and beautiful fashion, not everyone is thrilled. At Forrester Creations, Brooke and Donna exchange wide-eyed looks as the news trickles in. Brooke, forever invested in her sister's happiness, wants Katie to be careful, perhaps more careful than she has ever been. She's seen the way Bill can burn through promises, and she fears that a whirlwind ceremony may set Katie up for disappointment. Donna, however, thinks differently. She sees the way Katie lights up when Bill enters a room, and she believes deeply in second chances, sometimes even third or fourth, when the couple is worth it. Ridge, meanwhile, raises an eyebrow at Bill's timing. Ridge has a complicated history with both Bill and Katie, and though he's no longer romantically involved with her, the protective impulse still lingers. He doesn't trust Bill's sudden transformation, and he worries that pairing their ceremony with Will's might overshadow or complicate what should be a beautiful moment for Katie alone. Ridge doesn't say anything directly, but he doesn't need to. His skepticism radiates, and it's only a matter of time before Bill picks up on it and fires back. On the younger side of town, Steffi and Hope each have their own opinions. Hope thinks Electra might be moving too fast, especially given how recently she and Will reunited with their extended families. Steffi, ever the pragmatist, worries more about the optics. Electra has secrets, Will has ambition, and fast marriages often come with slow-burning consequences. Neither is wrong, but neither expects Will to take criticism lightly. He refuses to let anyone cast doubt on his relationship. Even Liam feels torn. He supports his brother, but he also knows the Spencer men have a pattern of jumping straight into passion and only later dealing with the emotional fallout. He wonders quietly if Will is truly ready or if he is simply overwhelmed by the intensity of first love and the pressure of living up to the Spencer name. As preparations swirl around them, tensions begin rising. Katie worries whether a double wedding will detract from Will's spotlight. Will wonders whether the ceremony is becoming more about Bill's redemption than his own romantic future. Electra, mysterious as ever, remains unreadable, her motives unclear, her confidence unsettling. And hovering over all of it is the question no one wants to ask aloud: will both couples make it to the altar? Bill is determined. He refuses to let doubt take root. In a rare display of vulnerability, he promises Katie that this time will be different. This time, he will be the man she always believed he could be. He will love her the way she deserves, not through grand gestures, but through consistency. Will, fueled by the fire of youth, insists that he and Electra are meant for one another. He's ready to stake not only his heart but his future on it. He even imagines the Spencer empire expanding under their partnership, merging ambition with flair in a way that feels almost destiny-driven. Yet as the day approaches, cracks begin to show. Secrets surface. Doubts whisper. Not everyone is who they claim to be. Not all intentions are pure. And the double wedding once envisioned as a triumphant family milestone may instead become the stage for a revelation that could tear the Spencers apart. Because in this town, nothing stays hidden forever. And if both couples do make it to the altar, the vows they exchange will change everything. Forever. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers next 3 weeks, Thomas return, holiday party prep and romantic dilemmas. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B spoilers for the next 3 weeks, December 1st to December 19th, reveal that Thomas Forrester's Matthew Atkinson return will loom while some holiday party prep is going on. B&B also has some romantic dilemmas in store, so here's what fans can expect. The week of December 1st to 5th will bring another round of Dylan Sidney Bullock drama since more characters will learn she ran over Luna Nozawa Lisa Yamada. Will Spencer crew Moro will get updates on that shocker before joining Electra Forrester Lania Grace in supporting Dylan at the Cliff House. The three of them will head there so Dylan can come clean to John Finn Finnegan Tanner Novlin and Steffi Forrester Finnegan Jacqueline McInnes Wood about her role in Luna's demise. The news will definitely stun Finn and Steffi, but they LOL agree Dylan shouldn't feel guilty about what happened. Dylan had no idea Luna was going to jump in front of her car like that, so she's not at fault here. In Bill Spencer's Don Diamond office, he LOL encourage Katie Logan Heather Tom to make a big change. Bill will spell out all the reasons why Katie quitting Forrester Creations and rejoining Spencer Publications would be a good idea. Since Bill is all about Spencer family bonding, he LOL hope to make Katie and Will his employees soon enough. While Katie mulls over Bill's proposition, Donna Logan Forrester Jennifer Garais will catch up with Brooke Logan Forrester Catherine Kelly Lang elsewhere. That could bring a conversation about Eric Forrester John McCook since Donna's so grateful he survived all his health issues. Donna may wish Eric would step away from Forrester a bit more and concentrate on their life together as a couple. Regardless, that's how Ridge Forrester Torsten K will feel when he tries to shove Eric toward retirement. Eric will have a huge problem with Ridge acting like he should just fade off into the sunset, so there'll be some father-son clashing. During the week of December 8th to 12th, Hope Logan's Annika Noel line may get a PR boost since Forrester Creations needs the press to focus on something other than all the Luna mayhem. Hope and Liam Spencer Scott Clifton will also continue to look forward to their wedding. But what about the Sheila Sharp Kimberlyn Brown issue? Will Sheila be banned from the ceremony because of Beth Spencer's Jordan Gracie weird feeling about her? Even if Sheila isn't welcome, there's always the potential for her to become a wedding crasher down the road. In the meantime, Deke Sharp Harrison Cohn will have to figure out whether he still has a future with Remy Price Christian Weissman. Can Deke give Remy the clean slate that he's begging for? If Deke relents, his friendship with Electra is sure to take a serious hit. The week of December 15th to May 19th brings some Christmas party prep as the holiday draws near. There'll be some gorgeous decorations and plenty of love in the air this season. Will Deacon Sharp Sean Cannon and Taylor Hayes Rebecca Budig sneak a kiss under the mistletoe this year? Time will tell, but Taylor and Deacon will certainly remain drawn to each other. Of course, Thomas will also be back for the festivities at some point during the holidays, so stay tuned for his family reunion and heartwarming moments. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say some Christmas fun is just around the corner. The holidays are supposed to bring peace, joy, and family unity, but in Los Angeles, the most polished ornaments often hide the sharpest edges. Over the next 3 weeks on The Bold and the Beautiful, the Foresters, Logans, and Spencers prepare for their annual holiday festivities, all while simmering emotional earthquakes threaten to split relationships wide open. And at the center of the chaos comes a return that could rewrite everything. Thomas Forrester steps back into town. His reappearance is like striking a match in a room full of discarded secrets. Week 1, a whisper becomes a storm. The first week launches with Hope Logan feeling something she can't quite name, a pull in the air, a shift in the energy in the Forrester Creations design office. She's trying to shake the emptiness left by Thomas' absence, trying to convince herself she's fine without the complicated man who once inspired her, adored her, terrified her, and challenged her in equal measure. But just when Hope finally begins to lean into a new sense of clarity, Ridge drops a bombshell: Thomas is coming home. He doesn't reveal the circumstances not yet, but Ridge's tone says enough. Something happened. Something Thomas won't be able to outrun. And Hope, despite everything, feels her breath freeze. Meanwhile, Steffi senses the ripple effect before Thomas even sets foot in LA. She starts taking her protective stance, arms crossed, eyes narrowed, instincts humming. She wants her brother back, but she doesn't want him walking into a minefield of heartbreak and unresolved feelings. Across the hall, the planning for the Forrester Christmas Gala is underway. Brooke is determined to outdo the previous year, insisting on a theme that screams elegance and unity, even if unity is currently hanging by a single thread. Eric, still recovering and fighting to regain full strength, quietly takes pleasure in watching his family bustle around him, even as he feels the weight of his fragility. Carter, Zend, Paris, and Luna all find themselves trapped in the holiday committee swirl, each juggling their own personal drama. And though no one says it outright, a familiar question haunts the office: will this holiday bring healing or disaster? Week 2, Thomas returns, and so do old feelings. When Thomas finally steps into Forrester Creations, everything stops. There is no dramatic entrance, no loud declaration. He simply appears in the doorway of the design office, older in the eyes, calmer in his breath, carrying an air of a man who has spent weeks, maybe months, confronting his shadows. Hope's reaction is immediate and involuntary. A flicker of confusion. A tug of longing. A rush of memories she's been avoiding. Their first conversation is careful, structured like a sketch before the full design. Thomas apologizes again for the past, but this time the apology doesn't feel desperate. It feels grounded. And Hope hates that it makes her chest ache. Steffi steps in quickly, ensuring the conversation doesn't veer into emotional territory that Thomas isn't ready for. She warns him subtly, reminding him to stay focused and stable, a warning Hope feels is aimed at her just as much as Thomas. Ridge senses trouble ahead but hides it under his role as the patriarch trying to restore family balance. Brooke, on the other hand, is unnerved. She sees Hope slipping again, even if only in her expression. She vows to protect her daughter from walking back into a relationship she considers dangerous. Meanwhile, Liam tries to pretend he's above it all, but his jealousy begins to show. He insists he's only worried about Douglas, but the truth is simple: Thomas' presence destabilizes him in ways he cannot admit. At the same time, Zend and Luna face their own romantic dilemma. Zend's feelings for Luna deepen, but she remains torn between her loyalty to RJ and her quiet, growing curiosity about Zend's attention. As the holiday party nears, Luna wonders whom she should bring and what that choice might signal. Bill Spencer, always watching the battlefield, senses opportunity. He pushes his sons toward peace talks and business synergy during the holidays while privately planting seeds of doubt where it benefits him most. Bill's version of holiday cheer is often as strategic as it is sentimental. Week 3, Holiday Party Pressure Cooker. As the Forrester Christmas Gala approaches, the mansion fills with twinkling lights, perfectly placed garlands, and an undercurrent of tension so thick it might as well be part of the decor. Everything feels one conversation away from explosion. Hope cannot ignore the way Thomas looks at her, not with obsession, not with fantasy, but with a quiet hopefulness that feels far more dangerous. Thomas tells her he's not expecting anything. He accepts whatever place she decides he deserves in her life. But his voice says he still believes in them, even if he knows better than to push. Hope spirals, torn between a desire to protect her heart and the reality that no one has ever understood her creative soul the way Thomas has. Brooke notices every shift in Hope's demeanor, diving into full mama bear mode. She corners Ridge, warning him that Thomas' presence is stirring up emotions Hope has fought hard to bury. Ridge counters by reminding Brooke of Thomas' growth and the importance of supporting him. Their disagreement echoes through the mansion, layered with years of conflict. At the same time, Steffi tries to mediate the growing storm around her brother while battling her own marital challenges. Finn wants to believe in Thomas, but part of him wonders if welcoming Thomas back too quickly could hurt Steffi again. Then comes the holiday party, shimmering lights, golden champagne, music floating through the halls, and every unresolved relationship lands in the same room. Zend watches as Luna walks in on RJ's arm, but her eyes flick toward Zend more than once. Eric delivers a heartfelt toast, emotional but full of pride. Brooke and Ridge put on a united front, though tension lingers beneath their polite smiles. And then Hope and Thomas find themselves alone near the Christmas tree, surrounded by soft lights and memories. Hope whispers that she doesn't know what she feels anymore. Thomas tells her she doesn't need to. Their moment is intimate, emotional, and charged, not a kiss, not a commitment, but the start of something neither can deny any longer. But just as the air shifts between them, Liam appears behind them. And the look on his face promises that the quiet holiday glow is about to crack wide open.